Hi, I'm Jackson, and I've sold over $30 million in handmade products. I've ranked #1 on Amazon Handmade, and I started this channel because the way you actually win on Etsy just fundamentally changed. And almost nobody is talking about it yet. Real quick, that's my number, not a promise to you. This isn't an income claim. I'll show you the system I run. What you do with it is on you. So who am I to teach this? I built a brand called Naked Woodworks. From a rented shop and a laser into $30 million in sales. Cutting boards, personalized gifts, and I didn't just make the products. I ran the growth, the paid traffic, the SEO, the listings, the supply chain. I lived in the buyer data every single day. I know what makes someone land on a shop, what they click, and what actually gets them to buy. That's the part most Etsy experts have never done, because most of them have never run a real shop for longer than a single sales event. And it wasn't all up to the right or that hockey stick growth. In December 2023, my shop burned down. No entrance. I lost almost everything. Peak Christmas inventory. Half my equipment. It was brutal. And honestly, it's still hard to talk about. But the fundamentals, what I knew about ranking, listings, and buyers that survived, I rebuilt the knowledge, not the inventory. And that's the whole reason I'm excited right now, because AI now does the heavy lifting that a whole team used to. So here's what this channel is. Every week, one video goes deep on how Etsy actually works or really works. SEO, the ranking, listings that convert, product photos, building a product line, and how I use AI to do what used to take a whole team. No fluff, no recycled tips, fundamentals first, with AI as the rocket fuel on top. Not AI does everything. Rocket fuel on a foundation that already works. But if I had to put my whole philosophy into one line, it's this. Photos are everything. On Etsy, your photo is the game. It's the thumbnail that wins the click and search. The thing that stops the scroll. What makes someone trust you enough to buy. I've had a single listings photos be worth conservatively $500,000 a year. Everything else, your title, your tags, your price, only matter after the photo earns the click. And here's the fundamental shift. For all of e-commerce history, great product photography meant a studio, a photographer, props, lighting, a real camera, money, and time most solo sellers just don't have. That was the wall. That's why the shops that could afford it won. That wall just came down, and most sellers haven't realized it yet. Here's specifically what changed, and it's the part I want you to actually use. I use Claude to write the image prompts, and Claude is genuinely good at describing a scene that sells. The lighting, the styling, the mood to a buyer that a buyer responds to. Then I take that prompt into Google AI Studio to generate the image. And here's the key that keeps it real and keeps you safe on Etsy. You anchor it on a real photo of your actual product. So the AI enhances the scene, the background, the light, the styling. But the product stays your product. You are not faking someone you can't ship. You're photographing a real thing better than a camera ever could for basically nothing. Claude for the prompt, AI Studio, Google's AI Studio for the render. Anchored on your real product. That's the shift. A studio, a photographer, and a stylist for the price of a subscription. And this doesn't just save you money. It changes who gets to win. The field used to tilt towards whoever could afford the production. Now a solo seller with the right prompts can match a brand with a full studio in an afternoon. That's a real structural change in how Etsy and e-commerce work. And we are early. Figure this out in the next 12 months, and you'll look like a wizard next to the shops that didn't. And look, I went deep on all of it. The exact Claude prompts I used, the Google AI Studio workflow, step by step, and the rules that keep an Etsy safe listing. I packed it all into a full course, and I'm releasing it free right here on this channel very soon. So no catch. Just turn on the bell, subscribe, so you don't miss when it drops. Who this is for. This channel is really for one person. You've already got a shop that works, but you're slammed. You design, fulfill, ship, answer every message, and by the time orders are out the door, there's nothing left for the stuff that actually grows the shop. That was me. I'll show you the few high leverage things to do well once, so it compounds the least time possible. Fair warning. I'm an operator, not a YouTuber. This is my first video, so I might be a little stiff. The production will level up. The playbook's already good, so subscribe. Hit the bell for that free course, and drop a comment telling me where you're stuck. And I'll make a video that answers it. Let's go build something.